no plan B, and I am sitting here with the amazing Krista Little. If you don't know her, now you do. She
Mhm.
is absolutely amazing. I don't know exactly when we met each other, but when I was looking through Instagram the other day, I think we've been following each other for a long time,
Forever.
forever. And it's crazy how long sometimes it takes you to like just drift near each other
Yeah.
in your networks, which I'm so
Connect.
happy about that we did and we've connected. So Krista is the founder and owner of Citizen Mobile Massage, and she serves high-end massage clients with amazing services that she'll share all throughout New Jersey. Is it also into like a bit of New York too, or are we New Jersey?
We're mainly New Jersey. I used to travel a lot into New York, but we're really focusing on our North Jersey folks as of right now, manifesting South Jersey for maybe 2025.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. And Krista also is now you're the founder as well of Self-Care Social, right? Did you come up with this concept on your own? So we can tag that line into it. We're going to be talking about Self-Care Social a little bit later in this interview. So please stay tuned. For those who don't know, can you tell them the next date in case they don't stay all the way to the end? When is the next Self-Care Social?
Oh, it's next month. It's going to be on Thursday, July 18th from 5 to 9 p.m. in Westfield. So we're going to have the entire block of Quimby Street devoted to wellness. It's going to be wild. Very excited.
Wild. I tell everyone about it that I meet. I'm like, you don't know
No,
Krista
really.
Little. You need to meet Krista Little. And I don't even know what street it
I
is.
love you.
I'm like, do you know that she's setting down the entire street in Westfield? They're like, oh, it must be
It's
the main street.
crazy.
It must be. I was like, I don't know what street it is, but Krista is shutting down a street on July 18th. Like, because I know that thing because you told me it early on.
Yeah,
So my brain was really able to remember it since it's been in my calendar. But I'm like, you need to go
I
meet.
love it.
Are you around Westfield? Are you from Westfield? Like I'm just like in everyone's ear telling them all about it.
I
But
love that about
I
you.
I'm a ride. I'm a ride till the wheels fall off, till they get bald, till you see the springs inside those tires. I'm riding.
Yes.
So I'm so excited about this because I want to know more about like your upbringing too. But what led you into Citizen Mobile Massage? Can you tell us
Yeah.
about like however long before? Like who was Krista before Citizen Mobile Massage? Where'd you grow up? Where'd you go to school? What was it like?
I love all of this. I'm here for it. Get the movement out. Yeah, I mean, I got into massage therapy in 2016. I was an EMT in the South Bronx and parts of Brooklyn for 7 years. I always was like so fascinated by wellness and massage therapy, but there was like some fear behind like getting into alternative wellness, especially in that time period because it was not as popular. And I went to a yoga retreat and I was just like, this is what I need to do. I had that time, that open thought process, and I was like, what am I waiting for? Why am I allowing this fear to hold me back and not live in my true self? I the following weekend I signed up for the program. 2 years later, I became a New York State massage therapist while I was still working in EMS. I did that until 2020. Then I quit. So I worked through the pandemic doing EMS. Yes.
You have
um,
lived 9 lives, like Krista the
yeah.
cat. Like you have probably seen things that would cause me to check into an asylum because I ain't
I've
built for that, is all I know.
delivered babies, dealt with gunshot wounds, serious trauma, like you name it, I've seen it. I've dealt with all of it, which really leads me to why my clients stay with me and find me is because I have that whole background in the medical field and can deal with serious trauma, serious anxiety, serious pain, and disabilities. So, this is why people seek me out because they need wellness in a serious way. And I have that background. So, they feel really comfortable too. They're like, oh, I'm actually really in good hands.
You're like, these hands have delivered babies, have held down bleeding from gunshot wounds. Like, what was that like, and what led you into EMS? Did you do that upon graduating high school, or what you were, especially in the Bronx? I feel like craziness or no?
Right. Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah. Moments of craziness, moments of like, what am I thinking? No, I loved the industry. I did it when I was in my mid 20s because my early 20s I bartended and worked more the nightlife. And then I was looking for something with more stability. So I went into EMS. There's no stability.
With more stability.
No stability. It's pure mayhem. But I absolutely
Yeah.
loved it. I loved like the adrenaline, the chaos. Could I do it now? No, it's too loud. I
Yeah.
can't handle the loud. I can't handle the smells. I'm so grateful for the work that I do now. And it's just, I think it actually keeps me very well rooted because I made almost no money in EMS. And
Yes.
now having my own business, and seeing it thrive from not just me to now we have 7 other amazing massage therapists working throughout New Jersey. Um, and then growing this wellness event. I mean, I'm just very grateful.
What was that transition like? First of all, from going from EMS into massage therapy, but then into you starting your own business doing massage therapy, and then now you having a team of 7. Were there any personal like mindset shifts that had to occur for you to go from 1 to now, well, you plus 7, so 8? What was that like?
Um, I think, you know what, actually, the whole 2020 moments gave me time to really think and reflect and have space to say, why am I working for other people? Why am I doing all of these things to benefit other people when my massage therapy clients love me? They show up for me, they rebook with me. And I just started to, I had that time to reflect rather
Yeah.
than always being on the go, go, go. And I think a lot of small businesses came out of that time period because they had that open opportunity to think about what was truly important to them rather than living in the exhausted state and not really taking the time to think clearly on what's important to you. So that definitely had a big pin in me. And then transitioning to leaving EMS, that was pretty big.
I can
That was a big
imagine
shift. Yeah. I mean, it was like, of course, yeah, it was a low paycheck, but it still was
a
a
paycheck.
regular paycheck. Yep. And then leaving my massage therapy job too, that was like, it's the stability that we hold
Yeah.
on to so dearly, but it also is leaving that created such a fire under me that I was like, oh, there is no way I'm going to fail because I don't want to work for someone else anymore. I just can't do it. And the same thing happened with growing and having more massage therapists. We were having 2 baby girls. I had to take some time off, which anybody in the small business world knows. How do you take time off? You have to hire. So it was not an option. I did it. And yeah, of course, there were definitely, ups and downs. There still are. It's not always easy, but I mean, some of the massage therapists that work for me, they have more experience than me. I mean, they're just beautiful, great energy, happy to work, love to work with me because I'm a massage therapist too, who advocates for them. For example, last night I had a massage therapist do a spa party for Father's Day. It went an hour over. She probably thought she wasn't going to get the full payment. I negotiated getting her more money because it's her time and she deserves to get paid the full amount. And the client was happy, she was happy. But who advocates for their employees like that? Almost nobody. I can't hear you.
I'm just clapping for you. because that is amazing. I think it speaks so much to your love for humans. And I know that sounds weird because I think you could pull so many things like, oh, you really respect people. And yeah, but I think everything really is based off of love. Everything that we do is out of love. And for you to say, you know what, I think you're worth that is huge because I think 99.9% of us have had an experience with someone that has said, no, you take what you get and you walk away. You don't
Right.
complain, you don't speak up, and you're not only helping her, but then actually just saying, you know what, this is me. I'm gonna take over for this. This isn't your fault. This is nothing you did wrong. You actually did so amazing that
Yeah.
let me help you with this. I'm so like it makes me so happy to hear that you're helping them. But I think also something that's unique, I feel like if I remember correctly from an event, is that are you the people who also work under you or work for you rather, do they also have their own practices as well?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think most massage therapists want to have their own business, yet for whatever reason, it can be challenging to have it as just your sole full-time career.
Endeavor. Yeah.
You need additional income as well. So that's how I've curated 7 other massage therapists. So they're in different areas, they have different schedules. So no, they're not full time, but they work pretty much like per diem, which
And it's
some are very active, which is great.
it's so interesting to hear that as well because I think sometimes as owner operator of a business, it can be an ego feud. This is the way that I do things. There are another people come to me. Why would I go out and give to anyone else? So how do you answer that first rebuttal there?
I just can't with you. You're so cute. It's been all of these different voices that you're giving me. I'm here for it. Like if you're doing story time, I'm signing up. It's so good. Um, I definitely never think that I know everything. I didn't go to business school, so I think there's always room for learning. And I do think my EMS background gave me um like the ambition and fearlessness to go for things that sometimes people do feel a little bit more fear-based. Um, and I do find that a lot of my massage therapists do have a bit of that fear base. A lot of wellness providers also have a little bit of fear base because there is a fear that when you put yourself out there and start a business, will people be receptive? Will people understand what you're doing? Will they just like poo poo all over you? And will clients book? I mean, all of
Yeah,
these questions are very scary,
yeah.
but when you go all in and you go lead fearlessly, it's all possible. And once you start building community that trusts and they rely on you. A lot of my massage therapists, we go back and forth like what's working, what's not. How did this client work out? Is there any problem with any of your clients? Because I want to make them happy. They're working with me, not just for me. And if the clients are happy, if they're happy,
Everyone's
everyone's
happy. The bank account's happy.
everyone. Yeah,
The booking
I
is
love it.
happy.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
as you're explaining that, I think that and I would wonder what your thought on is on this, but even from you explaining your background, being a bartender in the hospitality industry, being an EMS, it sounds like you've always worked with a team and you've always known the benefits that come from working in a team. If you're on an EMS and there's, I don't know, 1 or 2 other people in there with you, you guys all have different skill sets that are going to contribute to
right,
literally saving someone's life. And
right, right.
that's huge. That's epic. So I think there's some, maybe you being in that team environment, because there's others that I've heard where largely, I guess, if I look at their background, maybe it was like a sales based background, which was solely focused on them, and a
Right.
team really wasn't all that helpful because then the team would fish right those sales components from you. But I think your background
Yeah.
has led you to be an excellent leader, right? You're not just like a leader of one, but you're like, I'm gonna lead because you've had to lead. You
Oh
can't
my
deliver
God,
babies.
you're amazing. I can't.
You're
Well, I
amazing,
can't.
Krista.
Let's
Like,
have a conversation every morning.
seriously, we can't, like, Monday mornings, Monday motivation, because from 2020, like you're talking about, it's 2024. So you're talking about 4 years. And I'm guessing 2020 set you, not set you back, but sat you down for a bit. You weren't able to quite perform probably at the level that you wanted to perform at due to guidelines and restrictions. So we're talking about
Right.
like you building this business. Like, how long has it been that you've been building Citizen Mobile Massage?
Officially, it's kicked off in March 2021. That's when I officially left my EMS job and started doing it part-time. And by the time it was summer of 2021, I was doing Citizen full-time.
Wow. So like 3 years and 3 months essentially is what you're saying.
Yeah, yeah.
And this is what you've built.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thanks, girl. You're the best.
Look at you. This is
Yeah.
so amazing. And I think
Oh
that
my gosh.
you must not see it, right? Like you must not see that.
You're
My second
killing me.
question, you're like, I'm gonna be beaming all day. Like no one could take me down from this high. My second question was gonna be, and it's right, like my second question is for those that work for you, is there also not this feeling of they need to work harder, they need to do more, like they need to be fully invested? And the reason being is that one of my favorites is Gary Vaynerchuk. And something that he always says is if you're a small business owner, you can never expect those underneath you to lead and invest with the same level of passion that you have. This is your
No.
baby and your business, not theirs, which is my point of view as well. But I
Yeah.
have come across others who somehow believe that those underneath them must match the same level of execution and preparedness as them. What is your thought there based on your team?
How can you ever expect anyone to love your baby as much as you? Like, how can you? It's not possible. I mean, I felt that most when I took the full 6 weeks off and I wasn't working. I really struggled with thinking, like, I don't understand why don't people want to work as much as me? Well, nobody's as crazy as I am because I'm a hustler at heart. I'm a native New Yorker and I can't help it. It's hard for me to say, which is has pros and cons. It's hard for me to
Yeah,
say no. I
yeah,
always want to help people. I want to work and be successful. So yes, for clients, I'm like constantly like, yes, let's book you, let's book you, let's book you. Does everyone else want to work that way? No. It's a good way to live in like a burnout state. So really, I mean, in a
yes,
way, it's taught me too that letting other people work for you gives me space to grow things in a different way. So now I have more time, yes, to be with my family, but to also grow these events, um, to acquire more clients in different areas. So essentially, I like to go back to Marie Forleo is like, if
brilliant.
you're not offering, you're not helping people. So I have to keep offering to grow.
Yes, yes. And I was driving down to Cape May this weekend. I was listening to some podcasts in the car. And one of them that I really, really loved, and I know this sounds really weird, but it's if you want to serve, you need to be able to sell. Because to, right, think of this in a different perspective. You want to serve so many people, you want to help so many people. Great. You need to sell. Because how in the world are you going to create a transformation if no one's joining your service, right? If no one's joining whatever that is. And I think so many of us have this servant leadership where we just want to serve and serve without being given what we're worth, or by not asking, even by not offering, right? Like
Yeah.
here's what this is. And by you, especially with massage therapy, it's so hands-on. You can't be texting and booking clients mid-session.
No, right.
You
Yeah.
have to, right, be able to sit back and have someone else have hands on that client so that you can grow your client base, therefore serving more, which comes with higher sales, which is,
Right.
there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing
Right.
wrong with selling more. There's nothing wrong with reaching XYZ income level because you're serving, like you are serving people at a higher level.
Yeah. And people need it. They're stressed out. They really need it. They
They
need more
really,
people need massage therapy so they can be more present in the rest of their life. When you have less pain, less anxiety, less stress, you show up on such a different level than when you are full of pain, full of headaches, full of inflammation. When you are showing up as your true, clear-minded self, you're doing things with ease versus like constant roadblocks. So it's worthwhile investment. So,
absolutely, absolutely. And I wish more massage therapy was also covered by insurance, right? It was like,
yeah.
I wish it was more accessible at some sort of level, but
In
it's
a
almost
corporate
impossible.
way, there's you can use FSA and HSA,
HSA. Uh-huh.
right? And you can
Got
always,
it.
depending on what your business is, you can use it as a wellness tax write-off. So
Yes.
it's just thinking a little bit outside of the box, doing a little bit of research on what you qualify for and what's covered. Because a lot of corporate America really is pushing for wellness, and most people are not even aware that your FSA card can be used for massage therapy. Yeah.
Wow. That's another area to dive into entirely, but I know we're on a bit of a time crunch. I would
Yes.
love for us to use the last, 3 to 5 minutes for you to talk about self-care social. So we talked about in the beginning how it's going to be on July 18th from 5 to 8 p.m. Did you say?
9,
5 to
5
9
to 9.
p.m. Can you tell us about your concept behind the self-care social? How many it's been? Like, what are your thoughts for this upcoming one?
Yes, I love that. So I actually started it in, it's been 2 years, 2023. So this is going to be our second annual in Westfields. My very first one was in Short Hills, very small, but I was actually looking to grow my referral base. And I just moved from North Bergen to Scotch Plains. So I was really trying to connect with more wellness businesses. So I figured, why not try this avenue, give people more access to wellness and connect with more small businesses in the wellness space. So that's been like five self-care socials now. And we went from 10 vendors to over 30 at this next upcoming event. Um, Having 3 speakers, having 3 classes, offering tons of freebies because we want to make it more accessible for people to, just like you said, have more access to wellness. So making it more affordable with shorter services, trying chair massage, ear seating for acupuncture, stretching, pelvic floor, PT. Like we're really doing a diverse platform. So whatever you're showing up with in your wellness journey, you can kind of lean in, whether it's energy, whether it's PT, whether it's, journaling. Like we have all of the resources in one place. So you can try as many things or really like focus in on what you need. So yeah, it's also free registration to get to the wellness market of over 30. We have our first time doing a flash mob yoga class, which is going to be awesome. I know you're participating.
Yes, I am
It's
there,
going to be
Captain.
insane. Just in Westfield, everyone just jumping in to do yoga. It's going to be so cool. We're going to have Athleta doing a fashion show, which is going to be super cool. That's going to
Epic.
be our opener. Yeah. And the classes and speakers are curated. So we're really like trying to get people to work on their nervous system. So we have selected speakers to talk about mental health, dealing with boundaries and breaking the cycle. We have one of my favorite functional medicine practitioners. She works with a ton of my clients and has seen outstanding results. She's going to be talking about gut health. And then finally, we're going to have Amanda Bybel. You know her?
Yeah.
She's going to be leading a tapping class. So doing affirmations and tapping to really like hone into your true potential, which I'm very excited about.
Where can people buy tickets?
Yeah, on my website. I have a website now.
Yay!
Yay! citizenmobilemassage.com. It's under self-care social. You can see all of the different options from classes to speakers. You can also easily, freely register and just join in on the market. But until the end of the week, we're having a sale for the classes. So you save $10. So why not?
Ooh, why not try out a class? And we have a few more minutes left. So in this last minute, what would you say to that version of yourself that was still working EMS, still working that massage therapy job? If you could time travel back in time to go and talk to her from where you are today, what would you say to her?
Oh my God, be fearless, queen. Get
Mm.
into your true self, bet on yourself, put in the work, and make real change. The biggest thing that has changed my life is having mentors and community that support me because having a small business is hard. It's really
At what
hard doing
age?
it alone.
Yeah.
Having community that says, "Hey girl, you're killing it." Having a Gabby who is like, "Oh yes, queen, how you doing?" We need more of it. Yes, we need community to support each other and grow together.
Yay! Krista is amazing. And I hope from this 23 minutes, you guys were able to understand the amazingness that is Krista, your aura, your energy, everything glowing, angelic, a vibe. I absolutely love it. I know you have a hard stop, so I'm going to make sure that we get you on your way at proper timing. But thank you so much, Krista. And can you repeat your website and your Instagram one more time?
Yes, www.citizenmobilemassage.com and Instagram is Citizen Mobile Massage. Easy.
Thank you for being on. I appreciate
Thank
it.
you for having me.